dos, tres.
Gaming Pop.
Yo, welcome to Gaming Pop, episode 13. Today we're going to be talking about the What If episodes and Kendrick and Baby Keem's new album. Well, I guess it's Baby Keem's new album. I don't know why I added Kendrick. Just because he's kind of the big papa in the album, I feel like.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's big unk.
But yeah, so that's what we're talking about today. How'd you feel about that new What If episode? Are you caught up all the way?
I am caught up. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fully caught up on What If. I watched them all yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know. I have some thoughts about it, so I'm kind of excited to be here and talk to you about it because I'm curious to what you think. What about you though? Are you caught up?
I am caught up. Yeah, I watched all of them. The newest one was pretty cool with who was it? Killmonger.
Yes.
This one was about Killmonger saving Iron Man at the beginning, and it's a really interesting twist. We haven't turned that one on yet. Do you want to?
Oh, we haven't. No, we're still good. We want it.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whenever.
That's cool though.
A little sneak peek of what the world would be like if Killmonger had saved Iron Man. I don't know what I was trying to say there either, but no, it was a cool ass episode. I liked that. We really got to see Wakanda. Like that was the big spot. It was kind of cool to like be able to return there. There's a lot of tearjerker moments that I kind of want to save for a little bit, but it was an emotional episode for me. Did you feel emotional at all? That ending,
for sure. There were certain points that definitely made me feel away. I would honestly say because real quick, I'm sorry. So we both just started watching What If. I just ran through them all yesterday or last night. Have you been watching them week to week, or did you kind of do the same exact thing to where you
I've been watching them kind of week to week.
Okay.
I think I watched I started when the first 3 episodes were out, so I just watched all 3, but ever since it's been week by week.
To week. Okay.
But when do they even drop? What day are they supposed to drop?
Wednesdays.
Yeah. Okay, so that changes my view of that.
Wednesday nights they drop, or is it Tuesday? I don't fucking know. Sorry, curse. Beep. But a part that really got me touchy was it was the T'Challa episode, the second one.
Yeah.
The second episode, that one at the end.
Yeah.
So the ending where they're like in memory to our dear friend.
Here's what's gotten me with him is how much of that did he record before he passed away? Because it seems like he's been in most of the episodes that he's in. He does the voicing.
He recorded 2 episodes, I believe. I think this latest one, I don't think that was his voice.
That was his voice.
Yeah?
It still was him returning to it.
Okay, so Marvel did say that he recorded
I felt like a few.
I think it was 3 episodes.
Turn that one on. I think we're ready for it.
Okay.
But no, you're not. You're absolutely right. You don't have to take that off.
I think it was 3 episodes though.
It definitely was 3 episodes. I think what was cool was the fact that they did it, and each time that he died, he's been dying in these things, and it kind of sucks because you're like, he really is dead.
Yeah, dude.
You did it. I got you.
What do I press?
You pushed the button on the bag. Boing. We'll cut all that out. But yeah, no. So it's the tearjerker. Just the fact that they have him playing the homie. It's really a surprise that they even have that stored, or can even. I feel like it'd be hard to even edit that. I'd be like, man, I can hear this dude's voice as I'm editing. This shit would be such a tearjerker.
It was super emotional stuff. Super emotional stuff. That title card got me at the end of that second episode towards like, to our dear friend Chadwick Boseman. That was like watching the whole episode, I was just kind of like, cool. But that title card definitely got me because it was like, oh shit, like this is real. I'm
wondering if they like kind of intentionally wrote that episode that way too, like knowing that he would pass or something. Because I mean, he was kind of sick for a while right before, so maybe they kind of knew. But either way, that Star-Lord episode was dope. I loved the whole like twist of how he's like such a good character at heart that like he literally could change Thanos into like a good guy. Oh yeah, that was funny.
Sick. That was
cool.
That was so interesting because I'm like, I haven't seen any of these until last night. And
so you just caught up?
I literally just watched all of them back to back last night. 3 hours last night of just watching them. So all of it's super fresh.
What did you think of the Peggy Carter episode?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool, but that's this is what we're gonna get into. Like my really opinions, just of the overall show. Mm-hmm. Going into this, and even before the show even came out, right? It's like Marvel's What If, mm-hmm. to where they take stuff, they rewrite it. Anything can happen. Mm-hmm. So the theme that I'm seeing a lot through a lot of basically all the episodes is you're literally doing scenes from just past movies and you're just changing it slightly. Mm-hmm. And to me, that is, I find myself getting bored.
Really?
I find myself getting bored. I'm not gonna
You don't
lie.
like the alternate version of it at all? I think that's like the coolest thing. I like that they start with shot. I think it's a little cheesy that they start with like exact shots from the movie.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of cool because it's like this is literally an alternate version, and it's such an alternate version that we can even talk about the newest episode where like when he goes and falls behind the rock, when Tony's behind the rock like texting whoever.
That was sick.
His phone is different than it is in the original movie. So you remember how in the movie his phone goes from straight and it turns sideways? Mm-hmm. This one is literally just a flip phone. So there's little tiny like details that are flipped in this universe.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so you might need to rewatch them one more again because there's like little tiny shit that it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And because of those little tiny things that like change, it's like one small thing changes, but it completely changes the whole universe. And I'm kind of interested that you haven't really like seen that.
Well, it's like I don't know because even the phone thing is like that's such a small detail that you pick. That's such a small detail you pick, but I'm like, it's a phone.
But here's the thing. That phone is less technology than the other one, because the one that he had probably had higher security or whatever. So the homie that I was listening to was saying that maybe that's how Killmonger got the information, was because he hacked Tony's phone, because it wasn't his like smart Jarvis phone.
Okay, that's interesting.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the what if changes before like literally the what if actually happens. You see what I'm saying? So, like, it was already kind of different universe already with the phone, and then just because Killmonger came in and threw the thing, now it's a whole different universe.
Uh-huh.
Which was a cool episode.
No, I hear you. I liked it. Like, but I feel like this is my... That's honestly kind of how I feel with the majority of the episodes. I would say my standouts are definitely the zombie one.
The zombie one was pretty cool.
The zombie one is something we haven't seen. Mm-hmm. So the zombie one was cool. Mm-hmm. Like my main issue with a lot of these is I like the what if aspect. I really do like the changing of different realities. Just like what if Peggy got into the thing instead of him?
Yeah.
Seeing it play out is cool, but it's just like I've seen this all. And you're just changing it a little bit. You're still just the Peggy episode, right?
The Peggy episode is a good example.
They do the same train thing.
Yeah, it is still the same.
They have
movie.
the exact same. All right, let's stand here. Let's go over there to the train. And I'm just like, bro, I've seen this. So instead of Bucky falling, it's him falling in the iron. It's like, where's I just feel like there's not really
that's
any
the
giant
thing, though.
Like. What are y'all doing? You're
right.
basically copying the movies.
You're right.
You're not. This is the issue with Marvel is you
it's
guys
like a character
just
shuffle rather than an actual shuffle. I see what you're saying.
This is the issue with Marvel, bro. It's like this is my issue with the movies too. It's like I just feel like the villain thing, the same thing. You have the villain is a bad character of the main character.
I'm very surprised that you don't like these. That is honestly surprising me because I have really liked them. I thought the one I didn't like was the one with what if the Avengers died. I thought that was kind of like a little cheesy that it was Hank Pym. Yeah. Because for me personally, I feel like his character wouldn't really kind of go to that length. He didn't seem like that guy to me.
This is so. You know this is so wild, but. This is so wild because I actually kind of like that episode.
That's interesting.
This is.
It's not like I dislike
this
it.
Is
and
good.
Maybe
this is good. Yeah,
and I totally get it. It's the drive about his wife, and that's what drove him like mad about it. Like, oh, so you're going to kill my wife and all this shit, and now you're going to.
His daughter died.
Oh, both of them died.
It was Hope. Hope died because she went to do a mission, and Samuel was like, he's like, look, like that's what these heroes do. Like they sacrifice themselves. Blah blah blah. Like it's not my fault she died, and it's not your fault that. Your wife died as well. Like they both died fighting for the country. That's what happens.
And I still like it. I'm not saying it was a bad episode. The reason I didn't like it was because I thought that Hank dude was a really nice guy in the movie. So
I can't stand you.
It's sad to see him be a bad guy.
I cannot. But can we? The one thing I really liked about that one, and I realized it was definitely a form of Ant-Man, is when the pen part when. who died? When they kind of showed it more, and they're like, oh, it was like something came out because it wasn't the serum for Iron Man. They're like, it wasn't the serum, like a projectile of some sort. So as soon as I heard the projectile and I saw the little zoom in on that shot, I was like, oh, it has to be some sort of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like it's either Ant-Man or Hank.
Yeah. I thought the same thing.
It was sick though.
It was a good episode.
The way seeing everybody like kind of die and stuff like that was cool, but it also goes back to what I disliked about it. The Thor part. This exact same recreation from the movies. You have you put Hawkeye up there in the thing where he was in the movies,
giving him just a tiny different bit of a perspective,
a little tiny different bit of perspective, and now it's like he was doing that in the movies as well, aiming right at Thor.
I see what you're saying.
You see, have Hank Pym hit his hand, and then boom, the exact same scene. Yeah, it's like where's the differences? Where's the risks? This is you guys are copying the same things you did in the movies.
You're literally just you're rewriting a movie, but with a different character.
Bruh,
I see what you're saying,
and it's like you're not pushing the boundaries for animation. You know why? Because you're copying your work. Where's the free thinking?
And that excites me then for what that Star Wars show is going to be, because that Star Wars show has different anime styles, and that's exactly what you're talking about. And I could see how that would make this What If a completely different show if they had like different styles for different characters. Yeah, like the Iron Man one is like completely the cell animation, and then Homie is complete cartoon South Park version or some shit. I totally see what you're saying. That would be cool.
And that's my only thing, because I want to make it clear that it's not. I don't dislike the show. I really do like watching them. I really love more Marvel. I love Marvel, so I love watching these. But at the end of the day, I can't help myself but be bored with a little bit of these, because it's like you guys are just copying movie scenes and putting them in animation and tweaking it a little bit. Where's the pushing the boundaries? You're not pushing anything.
But I feel like for some reason, I feel like it's going to lead up to something. I think the Watcher at some point is going to like put together a team or some shit. I think he's going to finally like actually intervene and make something happen. Yeah. So I think I low-key feel like what we're watching is the build-up or almost the one-offs as to each character. Because the way they left this last one with Killmonger, it's still open-ended. Like, they didn't beat the bad guy. They just are like, all right, well, let's do our best to get him now. Yeah. Now that we realize he is the bad guy, let's take him down.
See, that
I thought that was cool.
That was an issue as well, because the Killmonger one, right? I didn't feel like it started to pick up until kind of the end.
It didn't. And I'm like, it really didn't.
Like, you cut it right when the dude gets the suit. So I'm like, clearly this stuff is, they're going to want to keep making what ifs. You can make unlimited what ifs.
Oh, absolutely.
So of course they're going to make more, but I'm like,
half the comic books are what ifs.
You know? Yeah. So it's like, clearly there's going to be more of these, but I'm like, are you guys just going to continue these episodes? Like, if that's the case, I'm going to hate that. Because if you made us wait, because clearly this is going to take time to make these again. So if you make us wait 2 years to get another season or another edition to Michael B. Jordan becoming Black Panther, I'm like, bro, like, I want to curse, but like, get out of here with that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what, another 30 minutes? That's what you're going to do? They should have just added 30 minutes onto that episode and had it finished what he was going to do as Black Panther. How did you, speaking of that ending, how did you feel about the zombie ending with Thanos? Like, did you feel any of that, or were you just kind of like...
So with the zombie ending, with the zombie one, I literally took the zombie one as literally 100% like, what if, making it like a throwaway. Like, to me, it was like, hey, this is just what would happen if the Avengers turned into zombies. Just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Is that the one, which one was it where they end up eating, is that the one where they eat Galactus?
Galactus?
There's some episode or something I just watched. Oh my goodness, no! In the comics, in the comic books, the zombie version, they end up eating Galactus.
Really?
Yeah. So in one of the comic book versions,
wait a minute,
they basically are all zombies. Yeah. All the heroes are zombies, but they basically retain their knowledge and information. Like, they know who they are, they know how to use their powers and everything. Their only thing is that they just have the uncontrollable hunger, so they have to eat people. Yeah. So they basically just have to be zombies. And Magneto is like one of the last dudes alive. Ooh, he fights off everybody as long as he can. He gets bit, they eat him up. Yeah. And then they're like, all right, well, we're starving. And somehow, for no apparent reason, Silver Surfer comes out of nowhere and is like, hey, just so you guys know, this planet's about to get eaten. And they're like, get that guy! And somehow they eat Silver Surfer. Some of them get Silver Surfer's powers. And then Galactus comes, and they somehow eat Galactus, get his powers, and then
wild.
they turn into Galactus.
Wow.
And the reason I bring that up is because it ties into that zombie episode, because that's where they get, you know how T'Challa was in there getting eaten or was cut in half or whatever with Vision?
Yes. Yeah.
In that comic book, Pym, or not Hank, who's Ant-Man? What's his name? Scott. Scott is he is holding T'Challa in like a thing with his arm and his leg cut off. Like that's actually from the comic book. And Magneto had like some space team. This is such a random episode. I don't know how I found this on YouTube. Homies just read the comic books, and sometimes I just watch them.
Yeah.
But Magneto had some space team, like 5 dudes up in space just waiting to come get him. So they come down, they find T'Challa, take T'Challa into space, and when they come back like 5 years later, that's when all the homies are like off in space being Galactus.
Wow.
Yeah. They approach another planet, like, all right, we're about to eat you guys. And they're still zombies, but they're Galactus.
What the hell?
And it's like Iron Man, Ant-Man, and like Thor or somebody. And they're all just still going. It was pretty cool.
That sounds for sure like a trip.
I knew that camera was gonna die first, but I wanted to try it.
The freaking the zombie thing, them continuing to have their intellect is super cool.
That is such a trip, ain't it?
It really is super cool.
All right, we're fixed up again. No, it definitely was a trip. But let's finish up with this current episode, and then I feel like we should move on to Melodic Blue.
For sure.
What were your final thoughts, at least? So, what's your so far rating as far as up to currently?
I'll give the show as a whole, dude. I'll give it like a 6. I'll give it like a 6.
That seems like you're being very nice.
Yeah,
you're trying to be nice,
bro. I think you're right. Like, I'm trying to be nice. I kind of like. I'm gonna give it a 6. 6 is my honest rating for it. I think it's okay. 6 is like an okay. I think it's okay. So I feel like I don't hate the show. I like the show.
You just expect more for some reason.
To me, I expected more because to me, with What If, to me means I wanted to see original ideas. I didn't want to see this little tiny tweak and then you showing me the exact same scenes from the movies. I don't need that. I don't need that in animation. You know why? Because we already literally wrapped up a whole Infinity Saga. So I don't need you to put Peggy in a thing. Not saying I don't want that to turn into anything like that. Like, you know what? I'm like, even with the Hulk scene, I did not need to see that fight again. I've already seen it.
Just the fact that he blows up halfway through it. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying.
And one more thing.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. The reason that they're doing that is because they're showing you it's still in the same timeline. You get that?
Yeah.
That's why when they get to Shuri in the newest episode, that's why she's like a kid. You see what I'm saying? Because that's still all in Iron Man 1 timeline. That's basically why it's all kind of repeat. Yeah. But I still get you. It would be kind of different if it was like, now the Guardians of the Galaxy are taking Iron Man's place. I totally see how it could be something completely different where we're seeing characters who we haven't seen. I totally get what you mean by that.
I'll give like one last point on that too, where I keep talking about the original, like I just want original content, original ideas, is in that zombie episode when Hulk finally breaks out, he goes to fight Wanda, you see that for like 10 seconds and then it's cut. And I'm like, the whole zombie episode was original, right? There's nothing from the movies. Nothing from the movies. So for that part, I was grateful for. This is new stuff that I haven't seen before. But it's like, you get to a really cool fight that has not ever been done in the universe yet between Hulk and Wanda, and it's like, you show 5 seconds of it. Yeah. I'm like, you guys couldn't pay your animators a little bit more to make that fight cool? Like, to me, this makes no sense.
What'd you feel about the Doctor Strange episode?
I liked the Doctor Strange episode because it was more different. It was more different.
That one to me seemed like an actual what if.
What if?
Because it's like, what if Homegirl had died, had accepted his invitation or whatever. And it definitely was cool because it basically stole from the movie though at the same time. It really stole from the movie because he kept trying to do the same shit over and over.
The same thing over and over.
I see what you're saying now. You're totally right.
And with that episode, I was finding myself... Even with that episode, I was finding myself bored a couple of times.
It was kind of boring. It was a cool overall lesson. Yes, I see what you're saying.
Cool overall lesson. And one of those things with that episode is one of the coolest parts that stood out to me was the the lady, I forgot what her name was. Like, is she the
mage?
The mage, yeah.
Yeah.
I love when she just keeps coming. She's like, you can't bring her back. She's an absolute death. No matter what you do, that is an absolute death, and you can't bring her back. It's not gonna work. My main take, I really like that shit a lot from that episode. Was just her being in there and her being like, stop trying to do it. It's an absolute death. So I did like that part to where he keeps trying to do it. It's like, dude, absolute death. It really hammered home in that time, and just the whole Marvel universe is like, some stuff is just meant to happen.
And here's what's cool about this, and I kind of want you to pull back on judging it so quickly, because with that episode, that's the first episode, and so far the only episode where the Watcher has like kind of almost intervened. You know, at one point he's like, hey, wait. He's like, Doctor Strange, don't, or you can't, or something like that. And homie like looks like, I know you're here. And then at the end, he's like, I see you, help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's just like, I can't. He's like, I can't intervene. He was like, if I did, then it would just the whole ripple effect. Whole ripple effect if I did.
So that's why I feel like there has to be a little bit more to this. I feel like maybe they're going to show like 6 or something episodes and then flip it and like come back to those or some shit, and that's where we're gonna see the difference. And I definitely don't want you to bag on it too hard, especially after WandaVision and all those other shows, because all the other shows started off really crusty, except for Captain Falcon, because that show started off like, all right, there's gonna be something.
Well,
and then it turned into doo-doo real quick.
You're not lying off that.
I was not lying off that. With how quick
that Winter Soldier show was cheeks. That show was cheeks. Their biggest misfire yet. It was just not good.
I know what I want to talk about. I'm totally going to change the subject. How are you feeling about GTA 5? I know we've talked about it a little bit, but I'm still a little salty.
Wait, real quick. I'm totally down to talk about GTA, but what is your
my
rating?
review?
Yeah, what's your rating?
Sorry.
What's your overall thoughts so far?
So far, I don't even think we should have rated it because it's not finished, but so far, I'm liking it a lot. I think I'd stick with you on a 6, but it's more of like a high 6, like excited about it. So probably a 6.5. I feel like your 6 is like it's a 6.
No way.
Your 6 seemed like it was like,
come
it's
on.
whatever.
I'm over here. Come on.
That's just what I've got.
I'm over here bagging on it, and then George's like, he's like, really? I'm surprised. And you're gonna give it the same rating as me.
But a positive, a 6.5. You know how I do.
You know it. So that's why you were saying. That's why you were like, "Oh, I think you're just giving it a 6 easy." Because 6 must have been in your head.
And I thought you were going to say 5.
Like, oh,
I really thought you were going to say 5. That's why I'm saying 6. Yeah. 6 or 7 for me. It's cool. It's definitely like interesting, but I do kind of get the whole like it's just another one of their series, and I feel like honestly. I feel like Marvel, it's going to be hard for them to like really, really, truly do anything after Infinity War. Like Shang-Chi was badass. Like that was sick, cool, really cool, completely different. Like you said, something we haven't seen. So it's like what we're saying again, whole repeating of the show just because it's 10 minutes earlier or 10 years earlier than it happened in the other movie doesn't mean it's whatever.
Straight up.
It's all good. It's cool. We'll see what happens.
So you want to hop into GTA 5?
I do want to talk about GTA 5 just a little bit because I'm embarrassed and happy to admit it at the same time. I still play GTA Online like every day. I at least hop on to spin the wheel at the casino. I do that at least once a day, and it really saddens me to see that they're just not doing nothing about it. And I really want to hear Rockstar say something, because I feel like they're just this big company, and it's like, yeah, we're shit talking you all day, and they're just like, all right, well, we're just gonna take it because you're just gonna keep buying it.
Oh, you know what I mean? For sure. That's exactly why
they made like I heard they made $2 billion alone just off of the DLC little shark cards.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's bad. There's a reason. You said it. You literally said it. You're like, think the company's just too big and they don't want to say nothing. That's it. They have the #1 game ever. Like it's the highest selling game ever, I think, behind Tetris.
Did we talk about it at all on our PlayStation review of the show? I think we touched
on it a little bit. We touched on it a little bit.
The only reason I want to touch on it more is because there are still a lot of people talking about it and how it's like that trailer was just some cheeks. Hey, we updated the graphics, but you didn't. You just are literally advertising what the system itself can do for your crappy game.
That's a fact. Yeah, you are not lying. Yeah, that is true. That's just what the system can natively run.
Exactly.
At, you know, it's the same thing as Cyberpunk. If you were playing those on your next-gen systems, the PS5 and the Series X, you're playing the PS4 and Xbox One X versions. You're not playing the next-gen version. It's just the system's going to make it look better.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the GTA thing is. The whole oh, you can seamlessly switch characters now. That's just because the next consoles can load faster.
Yeah, really.
Really.
They put a faster processor in there. And we did it for you. And you know what else? You're saying it's like, cool, it's coming to PS5, it's coming to Xbox, but they're not going to put it on the PC because it's already there. There's nothing to upgrade.
There's nothing to upgrade. Yeah, you still have the best version on PC.
Exactly.
And guess what? They're still charging you $60 for this.
And then on top of that,
like, get out of here with that.
And on top of that, they're shutting down modders who are like trying to remake the older games because they want to remake the old ones.
Mm-hmm.
That whole what is it?
They want to
Unreal Engine 1.
They want to make their money off that. Yeah,
I think that's just crazy.
And I know we talked about remasters last week too, but the GTA remaster things, I'm all for it because if it's a package, if I can get 3 games, if I can get 3 GTA games with a bump up in graphics and stuff like that for $60, I'll buy it.
Homie say it might look weird though because it's not like the same engine as what the old ones were on. So I'm interested to see what it looks like at least.
Did you see a mock-up of it?
I saw a mock-up and it was kind of weird, but it looked kind of interesting.
It was very different. It was very different from what those look like, and I'm just like, I only saw one picture of the guy from GTA 3, and I'm just like, oh, I can't. I'm not sure how this is going to look, but I'm just, let's just wait. Let's hold off until whenever they're ready to show it. But if I could get GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice City in a package with updated graphics, controls, I'm buying it. I mean, there's no question. Am I going to buy GTA 5 again? Probably not. No, I'll just play my regular one. I barely play. I don't play it as much as you.
No, and the only reason to grab the remaster is because they don't have all of those even on Xbox. So you can't buy them on the store. You probably have to go to like GameStop and buy them.
Oh, yeah. And real quick, did you hear about the GTA thing that even in this new edition, they said that some cars are going to be like faster? So it's like, oh, some cars are going to work different on the next gen version. You're going to have some cars that are faster than the other ones. So it's kind of, in that way, it's kind of pay to win. If some cars are going to work better, like, how does that even make any sense?
Here's my thing with GTA.
Just say you're locking content behind this version. Just say that.
I want to be so done with GTA, but I feel like it's one of those, like, rooted in your system kind of games for me. Yeah. It's almost like if I had Red Dead on there, I'd probably be complaining about the same way. But at the same time, Red Dead is 6 times more boring. The reason that GTA is killing me inside is because you can't hop on there without that stupid motorcycle kid coming to get you.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah. Always.
Anyway.
But GTA,
Garbs.
Yeah,
Barbs. Rockstar,
really,
we expect better.
Trash what they're doing, but, I mean, they have the number 2 best-selling game ever. And ever. So.
And continues to just be the best-selling game
and
ever.
continues to be the best-selling game, and they're going to re-release it, and it's going to shoot up to number 1 and probably be up there for a while. But, yeah.
Well, moving on to our next and I believe maybe half final topic. How'd you feel about Baby Keem's new album, The Melodic Blue?
Okay. I'm gonna be frank with you and everybody listening. I listened to it when it came out. Probably listened like halfway, probably like 7 songs in. Didn't touch it literally until like today.
Okay.
I didn't touch it literally until like before coming here. I did listen to the whole thing in whole, so I did listen to everything, which kind of bums me out because I was not mad at what I listened, and we're about to talk about it, but it did bum me out because I was like, damn, I wish I would have listened to this a little bit more. But I got my opinions on it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not. I think there's some really good songs on there. It's very different. It's different, especially compared to his last project.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. What are your thoughts like?
I absolutely love it. Every song on there, you will see me jumping and bopping. I put that thing on at work, and it's like, get out of my way, bro. I'm in.
Like you're feeling yourself.
I'm in the zone.
Feeling yourself.
Any Baby Keem song has always gotten me going. Any one of them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I might not know the words to it, but I am bumping along and I am jiving. And the whole fact that Kendrick Lamar is on that one with the top of the morning,
top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Amazing, brother.
That is, it's not only funny. It's not only funny, but it is, to me, it's like spitting bars. And the security guard at my job knows whenever that song comes on now because I do the little hat thing. I had a hat on.
Oh, shut
and
up.
I did it. I did it right to him.
And
now whenever
ugly.
it comes on, he's like, "You didn't do the hat thing,
Yeah.
buddy." I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
I gotta find out what button I gotta press on this.
It's the one on the back. I'll show you afterwards. Okay. Oh shit. But yeah, dude, I really liked it, and I really am impressed with the album because it came up and took over Kanye's spot as far as the charts. So it was for a minute there. It was sitting, which is funny because it was sitting Drake, Kanye, and then the Baby Keem album, and then literally the next time I looked, which I feel like was the same day, it was Kanye, Baby Keem, Drake.
Drake, yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Drake, Baby Keem, Kanye.
That's freaking. Nah, I think Kendrick gave Baby Keem a huge boost.
Oh,
because
you know what my favorite track on
huge
here?
boost.
My favorite track is that one that goes. That one reminds me of Damon so bad.
Which one? Are you talking? The Panties one with the deeper voice of that dude.
Yeah,
that's Pink. That one. See, that one is so funky to me. It's like he has some funky stuff on here that's like it's so funky to the point to where it's like. You just vibe with it. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird.
It's a bop.
Because even the top of the morning stuff, it's like when you first, you're like, bro, what the?
It's so offbeat and it's so weird that it's just like, I'm still going to go with it.
Yes. And with that song, dude, Range Brothers, I was expecting, especially because when it leaked, everybody's like, please don't say Kendrick Lamar is really for real right now.
Yeah.
And then, so when the official song comes out, they're like, holy shit, he's right. So, hearing so much of Kendrick, I really thought Baby Keem was just going to get overshadowed.
Yeah.
And I really do feel like he didn't get overshadowed at all in that part.
It's his album, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But Kendrick was going off in that part, but Baby Keem had some really good verses on Range Brothers, especially that second half. I'm not a too big fan of the first half, but that second half where you get the beat change. Baby Keem has some really good verses. Some of my favorites on that album.
Bruh, for me, that is like low-key the easiest way to get into my musical heart. Is when you do the two tracks, basically.
Yeah.
That one song by Travis Scott and Drake is forever in my heart just because of that. And I don't even like that song.
Which one? The
Sicko Mode? Sicko Mode is forever in my heart just because of that switch up.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then, any song that can do a badass switch up and basically be two songs in one, I'm always forever.
There's I remember the first song that really did that for me was Big Sean's Detroit mixtape.
Okay.
He had his song Higher. And I remember listening to that song in high school. I had headphones on and it like blew my mind because it was one of the first times I've heard a song like that did the two beat switches, and Higher had one of the most awesome beat switches because Big Sean was actually really floating. Detroit is a fantastic mixtape, by the way, but he was really floating on that song. And then when you get that second half, oh my god, it's like euphoric. It's like, especially because it's the first song that I've really heard with that beat switch, and I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah,
bro.
It's definitely a cool skill.
Good.
Definitely cool ability and skill to know how to like mix two tracks together. So I highly like this album.
What were some of your favorites? Like what would you say top 3 songs?
The Top of the Morning track, but I feel like with the Top of the Morning track, I really only just get excited for the Top of the Morning part. So maybe that's a little bit of a steal.
That's the second half. That's fine.
I might have to look at the
names. That's still because that's a 5-minute song, bro. So
the Pink Panties one, definitely. Call your ass a Uber and do this shit. I love that, and like I said, that shit reminds me of Damon so bad.
No, you gotta tag Damon in that. Damon's gonna be like, why? You're like, why me? Damon's gonna be like, why me, bro?
It just reminds me of Damon's like type of swagger for some reason.
Oh, like, I love that.
Could you like not see him walking into a room with that track in the background? And he would be bopping and make that shit. Damon would bring the room down with that track. I know it.
Damon's gonna hate us for that.
Oh, he definitely
Damon
will.
is gonna hate us for that for sure. We will make sure to send you this, Damon. Trust.
What? It's acting hella weird. It's not letting me play none of these.
I gotta ask you, bro.
Which one was South Africa?
How
does that one go?
I'm not gonna play it too loud because we're not trying to get claimed.
Oh yeah,
this was. Not
I kind of like that one too.
This was not bad, yeah.
Dude, it doesn't. That's the thing with this album is you might not know what the track is, and you click on it, you're like, okay,
you're like, oh, it's that one.
I like this one.
It's that one.
I like this one. There's not really many songs for me to skip on this album. I'll give you that.
I really liked Issues. Issues reminds me heavy of 808's Heartbreak. like
oh yeah,
heavy.
Right off the bat, yeah,
super heavy 808s Heartbreak. You can tell, dude, that he must have been listening to that album.
Same thing.
He must have been listening to that before he made that song, because that shit sounds like it belongs on the album.
That one is
like it fits in so well.
And you and Jalen were talking earlier. I heard you in the hallway. You were talking about how this is like kind of different for him, but I feel like he went in the like absolute most perfect direction with this one. Yeah. Not only like this kind of is definitely his like debut album. I'm throwing air quotes over that because I know he's got other albums, but like for this album to not only hit the second on the charts, for me personally, like I've been honestly repeating, I can't skip a track on this album. I'm one of those people, like, when I like something, I'm going to like it and I'm going to keep listening to it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, there honestly hasn't been a day that's gone by that I haven't at least played one of these songs.
I hear you. And I will say I do think, like I said, which is a bummer because I feel like I really wanted to listen to this a little bit more before coming in here. And but I like what I heard. I really do like what I heard, and I'm not mad. But I know there's definitely some song, like for me personally, the Pink Panty song, I just don't really care for too much.
I can hear and I can see why.
Like it is like I said, it's funky and it's funny, but it's like it's like, come on, what are you doing? But I like that vibe he's going for though. It's cool, like because you that's like some 80s stuff, like some funk 80s. Like it's pretty dope that it's on there. But I will say the second half of this to me, like Scars and Afterwards, excluding Do Rag Activity, which is a good song. It's just we already heard it. But from like 11 and all these, I really like Force Order of Business might be my favorite song on the album. One. Really good. And 16 also might be my most favorite song. But the reason why 16 isn't is because there's something that they did in the production on that song that irks my effing nerves.
Really? Like, what is it?
There's a little part on there, bro. You could hear it in the beginning when you play it, and it's just like it's like a stutter in a way. It's like a you could tell he added in there because he probably wants some artsy shit. But I'm like, it was like a dun dun, and I'm like, it's just too intrusive. It's too intrusive. When I'm listening to it on my phone, it doesn't sound as bad. But when I was listening to it in my car, I'm listening to the song and I'm like, dude, I think it's automatically my favorite song if he doesn't have just that little tiny part in his production.
Really, one note has you.
It's one note. No, it's one note. It's annoying. Like it's just annoying. It takes me out of the song.
Really.
And talking about that, dude. One time Jalen was releasing a song. I think it was Midnight Conversations, but he asked me about his input on the ending part of the song,
and I gave one of those ones where he did the slowdown reverb.
The slowdown thing, and I gave him my honest opinion. I was like, honestly, bro, I don't hate it. I just feel like it's a little too much, and I feel like it takes people out of the song. Yeah. And with 16, that little tiny note in there takes me out of the song. I'm like, this is such a good song. You have the beat is amazing, but that little tiny note you decided to add in it just irks my soul. Like I hate it. It's too much. It's too much for me. Yeah. It's one of those skippy things, you know, like to like a on purpose thing, and it's like, bruh, this is annoying. Like you probably think it's artsy, but it's like, I'm not trying to listen to this shit in my headphones, and I'm not trying to listen to this in my car because it's too much.
Well, and especially compared to like his older album, where at the last-ish album, he definitely had a lot more like hype and energy, and almost you could almost say like aggression and anger with that one. But this one was definitely more like melodic and calm, and it's got in the name, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely 808s and heartbreaks on this album. So you're right.
Oh yeah, no doubt, especially with Issues. I would say, if I was going to recommend some tracks for people, me personally, I would definitely say check out Issues. Definitely check out First Order of Business. And then I would say check out 16 just because I'm really curious to see if you guys hear that note as well. Because it was driving me nuts, but it's a really good song. I really do think 16 is an amazing song. I just hate that note. I just hate the note. But I like the album. I personally, I don't want to give it a score because I have not listened to it yet. I'll be down to give it a score when I come in here next week. Just a real quick score. I'm fine with that. But right now I don't want to give it. But I will say I'm not mad at the album. I don't hate it. I like it quite a bit. Like what you're saying, there's not a lot of songs on here I would skip. I just got to listen to a little bit more. I like it. I like the album. I think you guys should listen to it. Yeah. But what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna kind of agree with you in the same, like, I've listened to it a lot, but I've been listening to it like on a speaker, not like paying close attentiveness to it. or at least listening to the lyrics completely. So like, I do love it. I do like it. Like I said before, every track that comes on, I'm bumping, I'm moving. Like, it's got me going. So personally, like, I'm excited. I want to like put, like you said, put some headphones in. I washed my headphones and I gotta use my Beats. So you know.
Oh, there you go. Wait, what? You washed your head?
I washed my AirPods like twice.
Oh God, no!
And the second time they came out, I'm like, all right, these have to work. I plugged them in and they lit up for a second. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna leave them alone.
Yeah,
They'll be ready to go. Came back, nothing. So I think they're sitting in here somewhere. I just don't have the heart to throw them away yet.
Yeah, that blows. That's gonna hurt.
I think I'm gonna buy the newer ones if I do get some new ones.
The Pros are amazing. Pros are really good. They're
Those Pros have like a little sound block thing, don't they?
Yeah, they got noise cancellation.
That's pretty sick.
I would recommend them. They're the most coolest headphones I've ever used. And I think they're worth the price too. I think they're like $180, $200. But they really are worth it though. You'll notice the difference and you'll really enjoy them. They're just really good headphones.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think even the last thing I'll say with this album is the ladies sure do seem to like it, so it means I like it.
Hey, what she like, I like, guys. And that's what it do.
I hope she likes strawberry champagne, because that's what I like.
That's what it do. I like me some champagne too.
You got any other topics?
Let's wrap it up with that. I mean, real quick, what do you think it's hilarious that Nintendo just added Bluetooth support to their Switch? Like,
I did think that was funny.
After 4 years, like,
what is it for? Just for like headphones and shit and stuff?
Literally to connect headphones. Like, people, I have a dongle. I bought a fucking dongle, bro.
I thought that sounds like something that should have just came with it in the box.
Bro, the controllers are Bluetooth.
Okay.
Their controllers are Bluetooth. So it's
and you say
Bluetooth is built into your system.
You say that, and you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Apple doing two things. When you first had the iPhone, I believe I had my first one was iPhone 3. It had the YouTube app, and it had its own built-in app. You remember that? And it was like almost a little TV screen.
Yeah.
You remember how you could exit the thing and it would still play the music and all that? Or you could lock it? Don't do that no more. Not at all.
Yeah, they locked it behind.
And that, you have to pay for it now.
Yeah, you gotta
which
pay
is
for
like
it,
kind of worth it, but then after you start paying for it, you're like, why am I paying for this? It's kind of fucking annoying. I meant to just lock my phone and now the video's still playing. Yeah. So I started to hate that. And then the other thing that's annoying is the Apple Watch used to play music off of it, and now it doesn't play it off of it. It has to connect to something.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I remember I would listen to music off of my Apple Watch. I lost it for like 2-3 weeks, found it, and when I found it, I couldn't play music off of it anymore. And literally, anytime you try to hit music, it's like, connect to iPhone, connect to a speaker. What do you want to connect it to?
Wow, that's pretty wild.
So
yeah, how they
some of those little features they just take away from you.
Decide to do shit like that, and it's just the Nintendo thing is like they're so. I don't understand what goes through their heads over there, because it's like people have been asking for Bluetooth for forever, and Bluetooth is such a thing. Like, everything has it. Like, there's cars from 2010 that have Bluetooth built in. Your Wii U had Bluetooth.
My old cell phone had Bluetooth, and I would switch pictures with homies in class instead of getting.
Bro, I think Razors had Bluetooth.
Exactly.
It's like, dog. Like, I don't. And the fact that this was a firmware update, that you guys could have just added this in whenever you wanted to. You guys are assholes. Like, let's just be straight up. That's an asshole company. They're very selfish. Like, people, themes. Why do we only have black and white themes? Why can't I have Mario on the back of my theme if I wanted to? You're telling me you can't add something to put a background on my Switch? Like, bro, what? I don't understand that company. I just don't understand it.
And you know what's funny is that there's homies out there who would reverse engineer it and make it so that way they could do that shit, and then Nintendo would come and say, R&D them and be like, don't do that anymore.
Straight up cut. Just, you're done. Oh, you're having fun or something? Cut. Well, you want to cut. Oh, we didn't cut. It's like, dude, the company, they're assholes, bro. Like, just be straight up. They're assholes over there. Like, they're very selfish. They're the only company that doesn't drop their games down either.
Oh, no.
$60 games all the time.
And I love the reasoning why. The reasoning why, it's got a Nintendo seal on it. The Nintendo seal of approval, because Nintendo said it's our game.
It's a guaranteed game. It's going to work out of the box. Like, F off, bro. F off. But hey, people buy it. I buy it. We're talking crap, but
we're upset.
At the end of the day,
we're upset consumers.
It's okay to still purchase the stuff, because guess what? It's good stuff, but it's still okay to critique them and say you guys are still an asshole company.
No, they're definitely. I mean, and it's not just Nintendo. Xbox and PlayStation have some shit to answer for too. I still don't have an Xbox One. You know what I'm saying?
He said, y'all have some stuff to answer for, too.
Where's my Xbox? How come I can't find it at the damn Walmart ever?
Why can't I walk
Why
into a
can't I
store
even
and buy
find the
this
little
yet?
cheap discless version? I'll take the discless version now. I mean,
saying,
shit.
you
I
better
only
have
got
some good internet.
I only got 2 damn games. I don't got good internet.
You better have good internet for
Really?
that
Of course.
digital only.
Of course, I need good internet.
Yeah.
You know what else sucks about the internet only age is I tried to play that Control game and it was garbage. I couldn't play anything because it was too glitchy to. Did
you try to
be
stream
online.
it?
Yeah, I was streaming it
From
on a PlayStation. How? Streaming it on PlayStation 4 and it would just be laggy. There would
Why
be
didn't
certain
you buy
parts.
it?
Huh?
Why didn't you just buy it?
Because it was on the little PlayStation Now or whatever.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like it was like the PlayStation Gaming Pass,
yeah,
and now they have it on Xbox Gaming Pass. But it was such a bad experience on the PlayStation. I'm not ready to try it again.
I hear you. Okay. Well,
that's the episode.
That's the episode. I think it was a really fun one. I think we did a good job. We cursed a little bit, but damn, compared to last week.
Yeah, we'll have a little. I say we do the curse counter, and we'll also beep it too. So go ahead if you haven't guessed now, or if you've been counting up, go ahead and drop your guess real quick in the comments below.
Sure.
And we'll put the answer at the very, very end of the episode.
We're trying. We're getting better.
Yeah,
one thing we are hearing is we're taking a lot of the feedback into account. Just like we came in this week, and we heard about the cursing, things like that. Like we know ourselves. Like we know.
We heard about the audio. We're working on the mics.
Yeah,
our lighting is getting better. Yeah. We tried 2 cameras today. This one cut out, but you'll still see some footy.
Yeah,
you know, we're trying. Yeah. We like you guys. We're super stoked that y'all even leave comments and likes. That it just drives us to keep going. So honestly, keep doing that for us, and we'll keep doing the show.
And the feedback, just the feedback.
The feedback is the biggest part for us.
Yeah, all of it's appreciated. Critiques and all that, they're welcome. You know,
it hurts sometimes, but sometimes it's some good love. You know, that's what you need.
No, you need it. We need it to get better, and we realize that. And like what Jordan said with the audio, we know we're currently working on it. We're gonna look at some mics.
Yeah.
We were planning to just rock out with these mics for the rest of the season, but you know, we want to give you guys top tier, show. So we might fast track that for sure, and get a little more into it. But we're having fun. We love you guys. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the MVPs. So
please make sure to leave a like, comment. Doesn't matter what you're on. At least leave a like. Everything's got a like button on it nowadays. Yeah. Just do that for us. Other than that, should we say deuces?
Deuces. That's
a good one. I like that ending. Hit the recording.
Look into the camera. Let's go.
Recording 2 on the camera. 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome to Gaming Pop.
Gaming Pop.
Yo, so we got a pretty good episode today, bruv. We're talking about a lot of fun stuff. And we're glad to see you. You're right. So we've taken a few notes. So let us know how our behavior is this time. No, I'm just kidding. Let's start over. I hated that intro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, let's go. We could definitely give them some updates though. We'll be like, hey, we're taking notes, trying to figure it out. Let's go.
Right.
Hit that clapper. I'll hit the clapper.
You got the clapper.
Let me hit the clapper and you start.
All right. Heard.
1, 2, 3. Gaming Pop.
Yo, welcome to Gaming Pop Podcast. We're going to talk about some dope ass shit today. Damn it.
Whoa, cursing.
Start again.
These are funny outtakes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Gaming Pop.
Yo, welcome to Gaming Pop. Episode 13?
13.
Episode 13 today. We're going to be talking about, not Shang-Chi. We're talking about Kendrick. Oh my gosh, Kendrick Lamar. Start over. I'm really messing up right now, guys. I'm sorry about
this. Take 4?
This is take 4.
Take 4. Gaming Pop. 1, 2, 3. Gaming Pop.
Yo, welcome to Gaming Pop. Episode 13. I don't know why I keep starting. Can we do it one more time? And then this is the last one, and then we'll
This is perfect. This is really fun. This is fun right here. This is cool. I like this.
All right, here we go. What are we even talking about before we get started?
So we're talking about the Melodic Blue and What If. Which one should we start with?
Let's start... What did we start with last time?
We started with gaming last time.
So then let's start... Are we even doing any gaming today?
No. We could touch on the Nintendo adding Bluetooth, but it's very minimal.
Okay,
minimal shit. Yeah. Nothing.
They did drop a trailer for Returnal, but it was just some graphical stuff. Returnal? Anyway, yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, go ahead, drop it.
Take 5.